So yeah, welcome back to the actual play. We're suffering through a little bit of technical difficulties. I think I have it worked out. It's my technical difficulties. Tonight, I'm your lore master, Jay. We're going to start a series of The One Ring by Free League. They've released the alpha rules recently, and we're going to play those tonight, coupled with some material from the previous One Ring books. All the channel proceeds are split between the Black Lives Matter Fund and the Translegal Defense and Education Fund. So what I want to do right off the bat is introduce our characters and players for tonight, and then we'll jump right into playing. Heidi's new with us. We already know about Jeremiah and Rich. So Heidi, let's tell us about your character.
Sure. So I'm playing Daphne, the daughter of Daldor. She's a barding. She is happy. She is light and everything joy-filled, and also sometimes kill stuff, but like happily.
Nice. And Rich, who are you playing tonight?
Tonight I am playing the elf who is known as Nindor. Nindor, son of Asharion, and he is diametrically opposed to such frivolity that Daphne brings.
Nice. I like that you're already in character. That's fantastic. Jeremiah, what are you playing tonight? Who are you playing tonight?
I am Farron the dwarf from the Misty Mountain, or Erebor, I guess it would be called. Yeah, he's just out to, find goods, find riches out in the world. There's always secrets and treasures to be found, and Farron's gonna sniff them out.
Nice. I am, here we are, and I think I can make that map become a little bit bigger. There we go. So tonight our adventure begins in the Trollshaws. From the last bridge over the Horwell to the ford of Bruin, the Great East Road winds for 30 dreary leagues under the threat of the Trollshaws. It's a rocky forest country, the beginning of far harsher lands to the north. Beeches and pines rise thick from steep sullen hillsides and cliffs. The road passes through long steep valleys under high ridges and alongside brooks where sleepy willows sway. Under the eaves of the Trollshaws, the noon sun leaks thin and pale, and the nights are damp with fog and frequent drizzles of soaking rain. Travelers who are canny enough to keep their fires dim and hidden often pass through without trouble, often enough that the road still sees some use. But an uneventful journey is grim and silent through lands where an old shadow of evil never quite lifted. On the hilltops, from time to time, ancient ruins can be spied, narrow-windowed watchtowers and squat keeps built by conquerors to guard the land they usurped, but now they are jagged remnants after 1,000 years of abandonment and plunder. Travelers pass by as swiftly as wisdom can take them. Only trolls linger in the Trollshaws. Our company, that's the three of you, you're traveling west on this great road to a meeting at the last bridge. Círdan set a task to you to escort travelers from Bree back to Rivendell, and they will await you at the last bridge. To this end, he's given you ponies with supplies, a barding by the name of Nefstin, and Emma, who's a Bree, to help. The way from Rivendell has been wet. It's been rainy. It's the fall. It's been super damp. The ponies are kind of skittish as you're traveling west. There are streaming water, heavy water, running out of the Trollshaws south because of the rain. Some of the road ends up flooded. I think at some point in the mid-afternoon along this road, you first spot some fallen trees across the road, blocking the way. Then you see a figure kind of hung up over the trees as if they were coming west to east. but they're caught up on the top end of the trees and they're just hanging down. Their body limp. You already know that individual is dead. What do you do?
My immediate thought is it's a trap. So I'm checking out the surroundings. Like if this body is dead, then there's no help to be had, but we could be in danger.
Nice. Nindor?
I'll begin stringing my bow. I agree with my dwarf friend. This is some attempt at an ambush.
Smells like an ambush.
Nice. What do you think, Daphne?
I become very concerned and immediately go toward the body like, oh no, we should take him down and bury him immediately.
Nice. I like it. I think Daphne does that. I think that Nindor and Farron, you both, if you wish, you can make awareness checks.
Okay, sure.
Oh, yes. Awareness is favored for me.
Good. Yeah, that's not pretty.
So, I'm not. Remind me how this goes.
Sure. So what happens is, for awareness, you're going to use that ability. I believe it's wits. I'm not looking at it. Is it wits?
It's strength.
It's strength. Okay. Yeah. So you already have a target number, whatever your strength is. So let's pull up Nindor.
Yeah.
20 minus the strength score, correct?
Yes.
By default, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then also, since it's favored, you get to roll an extra d12.
And when I clicked on awareness, it popped up to give me the container with 2 d6s and what looks like a d12. So I think I can just click roll, correct?
Yeah, 12.
Right. But you should add another d12 in there. I haven't figured out how to link roll to make it add that extra d12 when it's favored.
All right.
Yeah. So with favored, you roll. You get to you keep the best of the 2d12.
Right.
Basically.
Okay. Then I'm rolling 2d6 and 2d12.
Right.
There we go. These d12s.
That's.
Are we sure they're d12s? Because I rolled a 3 and a 4. However, a 6 and a 5 on the 2d6s, so plus the 4, which is the highest of the two, means that I've rolled a 15, which is just shy of the 20 minus my strength score.
Right.
So 16.
Right.
That means I failed, yes?
Yes, that means you have failed. You need to hit your target number or higher. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Well, I don't know if it's worth retconning, but I just realized that I have the distinctive feature of cunning. So I feel like I would know to be looking out for an ambush. Because if it were me, this is how I would set an ambush.
Right, right.
So I feel like I know what to look out for.
All right, so let's do. I'm okay with retconning that. That way we can see how that works.
It just adds 1 extra die, so I just roll a d. So what was my first roll? It was just a 10.
Yeah, it was a 10.
So I get to roll 1 extra d6. Nope, still not enough.
Okay, cool.
It was worth a shot.
So you can tell that these logs have been here for some days. This guy, Daphne is the closest. So this man is a barding. He's caught up on the logs. The logs are like maybe 2 or 3 stacked high, right? Some of his clothing has him trapped there. He's missing a shoe. There's a boot on the ground, but it doesn't match the shoe he has on. He has no head covering, no backpack, no traveling gear, just his shirt, the pants that he has on. Let's say he's got suspenders on, and that's how he's caught there. And it looks like he's been there for some days.
So he's hanging from like a vertical tree that's still like standing, or one of the ones that's like been not fallen over.
Yeah, it's one of the ones that has been fallen over,
okay.
And they cover the whole road, right?
Yeah.
Like they could have been knocked over to be a trap, but it looks like he was trying to come over and got hung up,
and then gotcha,
and stuck there, right? Daphne's closest to him, so you can see. That he's like I said, he's been caught there for some days. But again, it's strange that he has no traveling gear. This is a long road, and he's missing a shoe, and the one on the ground is a boot. Doesn't match the shoe he has.
Does he have any other injuries?
Yeah, he does. It looks like if you're inspecting him, it looks like his arm has been cut and broken. It looks like he's got some bruises on his face. If there was any blood, it's long since washed. And it doesn't look like he was positioned here. It looks like he just, it wasn't his lucky day trying to get over these logs on the road. Does that make sense?
I think as I kind of get him as pulled down as I can, I kind of muse like, I wonder if he was running from something. Or running to something, like a wonderful surprise at the end of the road.
That's fantastic.
I think he found a surprise, but it wasn't a good one.
True.
I think Nefstin, who's with you, he's one of the helpers Círdan sent. He's got 2 of the ponies that you folks are traveling with. So let me ask this. Who's got horses and who has ponies other than what Círdan has sent?
I would have a pony of my own because
right.
I need A, I can afford it, and B, to carry stuff.
That's a if you're prosperous, you can have one. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, totally have one then.
And that's where I'm going. That's where I was going. It's all about your lifestyle at this point, whether you can afford a pony or a horse. Nindor?
I've run alongside.
That's what I like to hear. So I think, Nefstin's like, hey, so I guess this is it, right? We're not moving those trees, right? So we can go back, right?
That's not the job.
I mean, we're not going around these trees, right?
Why not?
It's off the road.
That's where the adventure is.
No, we're going to a meeting. I'm not a. And the ponies. What about the ponies?
We'll lead them.
I've decided my horse's name is Nibbles. And Nibbles likes to go off the road because that's where the delicious treats hide. All the other ponies eat what's along the edge of the road because that's where everyone travels. Come on, I'll show you. And I loop my arm in his and go to start pulling him off the road into the woods.
Nice. Is that the plan? We're just going to walk around the logs?
It would take too long to try to hack through them or remove them.
I'll scout ahead. This still seems like a trap of some kind.
Nice.
You worry too much, I call as I disappear into the trees.
Oh, Lord.
So are you disappearing into the trees ahead of Nindor or behind Nindor?
I think that's probably up to him because he can probably elf his way wherever he would prefer to be.
That's probably true, yeah.
I'd like to elf my way ahead of them because I feel that Daphne is being foolishly brave at this moment.
I don't know if brave is the right word.
Emma, I think, takes the other 2 ponies, Vince and Sally, and she falls in line.
I'll probably I'll come in last just to be kind of a rear guard and look. There could be dangers ahead. There could be dangers behind. So
nice.
Make sure nothing, follows us from the other side of the road or something.
All right. I believe Nindor is going to owe us a scan test.
Ooh, I'm really good there.
For looking ahead.
I am not terribly scanny, but my Dargan number is much lower, so that's good.
And I'm checking to make sure.
It might be explore.
Say it again.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know the skills that well yet. So.
Yeah, and I was checking just to make sure. I was checking just to make sure I have that right.
It could also be Explorer, maybe. Although that's more like related to Journey. So, yeah, I don't know.
Statistically, it's the same for me, so I'm good. Where do you want to go?
I'm good either way. That's funny.
So you want me to hit this?
Yes, please. Whenever you're ready.
I've rolled a 9, and my target was a 13, so that is another fail. It's going to be one of those games.
Yes, yes, yes. So tell me, because I think if you're ahead and you're all elfy-like ahead, and everyone else is kind of coming up behind, how do you miss the troll? How do you end up running into the troll, who's on the other side of this this log jam across the road?
If you ask me later, of course, I tell you that I was distracted by Daphne's chattering. But in actuality, I think that the troll just happened to be behind some of the fuller branches, and I just missed it.
And I think now, how far away do you think you are from everyone else?
I would say that I was a good 40 feet ahead.
Okay. So I think you and the troll see each other. And I think you're both surprised, right? But you're fully aware of each other. What do you want to do?
Troll!
Well, in that case.
Nice. What's the plan?
Run back away from the troll towards my allies.
I have a nerd question.
Yes.
Because I know we established there's no Tolkien canon,
right?
But trolls aren't daytime things either. So is it nighttime?
It is late afternoon. They are not daytime things. Not all of them. Some of them can be.
Oh, okay.
Not all of them are daytime. Well, I think the lore is most of them are not daytime things.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm still getting away.
So you actually do yell out troll?
Yes,
and then start
I
coming
yell
back?
out troll and start retreating quickly towards Daphne and Neston.
And I make an abrupt about face with my arm still in Nepston's and say, and adventure on the other side of the logs.
So the troll is north of the road coming south. You guys are south coming up around the branches. Where are we running to?
I mean, the south, I do. Yeah.
So everyone's just heading back south, further south.
Yeah, maybe. If that's what they're doing, yeah. Because what I picture in the moment is as soon as I hear troll,
right,
I probably start getting out my things in case we have to fight. And then if people are passing me the other way,
nice.
Again, I'm probably going to take up a position as rear guard. So if the troll keeps coming,
right.
Is the troll coming is what would determine how far I'd continue to travel.
Gotcha. It is chasing Nindor for sure.
Awesome.
Right. It reaches out to grab you. We're going to have a test here in a minute. But yeah, it will be chasing Nindor because it doesn't know anyone else is around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I guess at this point, I'm going in that direction because I heard troll. So that sounds like a job for me and my ex. At least if we can, even if it's just scaring it off or something.
All right. So Nindor is going to make an athletics test to get away from the troll. Everyone else can lead their ponies and move away because you're not close to it. So there's no danger in you avoiding it or getting away from it. But it sounds like Farron is trying to get to where Nindor is.
I even imagine sort of like stepping, like throwing the reins of my pony, who I definitely don't give a name to.
I've named it in my heart.
He's just Pony. That's what I call him, Pony. I throw Pony's reins in the general direction of Emma.
Okay, nice.
And trust that he'll be fine.
Okay. I am about to roll my athletics score. Let's see how I fail now. And that would be a 15.
Yes.
So I have yet again failed. This is a great game.
Oh no.
So let's I'm gonna take a look at, because you failed a lot. Oh, your strength is 4. Okay.
What kind of distinctive features you get?
Huh? What?
Distinctive features?
I just wrote down attractiveness. I don't know what that is.
Oh, there's like a list of distinctive features you choose from between your culture and your calling. And they give you
something I missed.
Yeah, and they can give you a mechanical bonus.
Yeah. So you get to choose 2. You have fair, keen-eyed, lordly, merry, patient, subtle, swift, and wary.
And where did you get that list from?
It's on page 37.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Cool.
I will look those up and add them.
All right.
And maybe someday I'll succeed at something.
So I think that means the troll is still close on you. This is not a clean getaway. So I think this moves us into the realm of combat.
Kill it.
But Farron is close enough, so you're not by yourself.
I got your back, Nindor.
Thank you.
And I will then update this map. Since this is our first combat, I put in some cheat sheets.
Oh, nice.
And then let's get rid of some of these, because some of these we don't need. There we go. And then we'll add the troll.
Oh, no.
No troll?
He disappeared.
All right, he should be back. Where is he?
Oh, there he is.
There he is. All right, cool. So here's how we'll do this, right? You folks clearly outnumber the troll, right?
Hooray.
And you're on the defense. Is that fair to say?
I'm not. I guess it I mean, if I see the troll laying hands on Nindor, I'm probably going in guns blazing.
Right. And yeah. Hang on, let me bring up. Here we go. Here's my sequence. So what happens here is I think we're too close for volleys. Maybe because we have Daphne. So if Daphne joins this conflict and Daphne has a bow, then she'll get an opening volley.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I mean, I feel like if once she realizes that Nindor is not just like running away from, well, he is running away, but maybe not successfully running away from the troll.
Yeah.
She would kind of stop and push Nefstim away and be like, go take care of the horses. I got this. And then pull out her bow and be like, I love to shoot things in the face, and then get all strung up and ready to go.
Nice. And I do think Nefstin is more than happy, right, to leave this conflict and joins Emma with the ponies. Yes. And I think they continue to move south, right, to be safe and away from.
That seems.
Yeah, in case this doesn't work out nice, they've got a head start. So then Daphne gets an opening volley on the troll, right? So you just get to resolve that attack against the troll right out of the gate before we pick our stances, and we'll talk about stances in a second.
So how do I do that?
Yes. So on your character sheet, let's see if I can pull this back open here. You have weapons at the bottom of in your combat section. Weapon skills. Right. Yeah, for bows. So you will roll bows. I'm going to tell you. Well, he's not going to get his parry because he doesn't have a shield here. And so it's just a regular task like we've been doing. You'll roll against your target number, which I think is 16 for you.
That sounds right.
And 16 or better scores you a hit on the troll.
Okay. So that is a 15. So close.
Yes, so close. Yes, I think it's a lot of the forest that catches or protects some of the troll from getting hit. Here we go. As he's closing in on Nindor, and it's possible you're trying not to hit Nindor as well. From here, everyone picks a combat stance, and hopefully you can see that cheat sheet there. Each of the different stances has different advantages, different tasks. Since there are two of you, since there are three of you, if two of you pick a close combat stance, Daphne can remain in a rearward stance and continue to use her bow.
Nice.
And she won't be able to be attacked by the troll because you two are kind of keeping the troll at bay. Does that make sense? Every combat works this way. So we will, once you get into close combat, stances are chosen. Since you outnumber the foe, you get to decide, well, there's only one, but when there's more and you outnumber them, you get to decide who's fighting who. When it's reversed, I decide who's going to fight who. And then where the double matchups happen, where you're outnumbered occurs. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So Farron and Nindor, choose your forward stances, and you can just move your token to whatever forward stance you're in.
Oh, that's me. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go forward. I feel like I need to be aggressive.
And that's the other thing. Whatever stance you're in, it's players first, then the enemies, and the order is forward stance, then open stance, then defensive, then rearward stance, right? Then the enemies in that same order.
I do not see tokens, but I will go for defensive stance, primarily so that Daphne can continue shooting.
Right. Oh, cool. All right. I was going to say I will move your token over there.
There we go.
Done. All right. And I think it makes sense for I'm gonna match the troll up with Farron, because Farron's in forward stance.
Well, we're all on the troll at this point anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Farron will go first. Your attack roll gets an extra 1d, right?
Yep.
And everyone that fights against you also gain a 1d, right?
Yeah.
This is just everyone just wilding out in the forward stance.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, let me clear that. That doesn't look right. So I get that plus an extra. Okay. Oh, it adds it at the end. That's fine. Okay. So, ooh, there we go.
Oh wow.
Oh, wait. How much? What's my? Oh, there we go. That's more. Oh, and I got a boosty thing whatever that's called. You get on 6s. They're special, right?
Yes, they are special on 6s. I don't
know
have
what they
that.
do in combat.
Yeah, I don't have that sheet up. I think you can do a heavy hit. You can give yourself. Yeah, you buy options with.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Yeah. Let's.
And that means that's another cheat sheet I need to make to put on here, so you can see.
It's just the next page. I'm gonna use the fend off action to put myself in an advantageous position to give me a parry bonus. So I kind of picture myself like running up on the thing and just like ducking between its legs, kind of to get behind it and throw it off balance a little bit. So if it wants to come at me, it's having to like spin around and all of that. But my damage is 6.
Right. Got it. So in combat, all base damage does endurance, right? When we get to travel and things like that, endurance will kick in, and we'll talk some more about that. But there are endurances, and then there are wounds. And so right now, it's just kind of wearing down the troll, scrapes, bruises, and things like that. Not an injury yet. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. So right now, it takes that 6 endurance.
Yep.
And then that brings us down to Nindor, who's in defensive stance. And that means everyone attacking you loses 1 dice, and your attack rolls also lose 1 dice. But you have a task of protecting companions, which I think, let me see what that does.
I think it gives you like a big bonus to defense.
Yeah.
To parry, I think. I skimmed the combat chapter.
Yeah, I didn't get into the advantages, so I'm weak there.
Page 103.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so you can, as an action, protect another hero fighting in a close combat stance.
Cool, and that would be Farron. So good.
So that's your action. That's what you want to do.
Sure.
Perfect. You will make a battle roll for that.
But I lose a die?
No, you will not lose a die because you're not attacking.
Okay.
Right. You're doing this defensive stance. You're doing this defensive stance, protect companion, so you won't lose a die for attacking.
Okay. Then let me grab my battle, which is 1 die. Here we go.
But hey, it's not strength. I don't know if hard is better for you.
It's a 7.
Oh, no.
That is another fail.
So let's talk about this too. We'll play today, this session. After the session is done, in every game I run, after the first session, you're more than welcome to go back in and move your numbers around to get the play that you want. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Cool. And then that brings us down to Daphne.
So I think I just try it again because, the first pancake is always the worst pancake, but there's another one coming.
There you go.
So I'm going to roll with my bow again, yes?
Yes.
Ooh, that looks better.
That does look better. Look at that.
Yes. That beats my 16.
So then, I don't know if you have the stats for your bow, but it should have a damage value.
Damage is 3.
All right, so that's another 3 done to the troll. And let me check here. Okay. All right, so that makes it the troll's turn. And as much as so I can. So it does 2 things. One, I think it tries to kick at Farron, right, with his foot.
Yep.
At the same time, it reaches out to put one of its maws on Nindor. And so here is the kick for Farron.
Good luck.
I lose a die. What else is happening to me here?
No, you're plus a die because I'm in forward stance.
But I thought you.
No, it boosted my parry.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
My parry is like 19 right now.
All right. Oof, that's crazy. All right.
Because I knocked him off balance with my wily dwarven ways.
Gotcha. No, I'm nowhere near 19. Yeah, so he puts a foot out to kick at Farron, and I think he slams it down in a puddle. So there's splashing mud and water around. At the same time, he reaches out to grab at
Nindor.
Yeah. Yep. So some creatures have a stat called Hate, and they will spend those points because they have different abilities. His ability to grab a victim is one of those abilities. And I figure since he started this thing with Elf in mind for lunch, this is what he's trying to do.
Have himself that elf burger.
Yes.
So because of defensive stance, you should be down a die, I believe.
Yes, I will be down to die.
And then are you going against my parry?
It will be your parry, yes.
Okay. My parry is a 19.
Oh, there's no way. Yeah, I'm only rolling it. Well, no, he could. So
he could get that eye.
Yes. So on 11s and 12s, those are special. The 12s are so the 11s are the Eye of Sauron, and that would have made a success for the troll. The 12s are Gandalf's, and those are successful for the hero characters. So here, the troll fails to grab Nindor. He's got a foot in a puddle of mud and water that he failed to kick at Farron. And that brings us back around to the top with Farron.
I mean, that seemed pretty successful last time, so I'm going to stay in forward stance, and I'm going to keep trying to hack away at his legs with my axe.
Gotcha.
And I'll stay in forward stance. Oh, yeah, that hits my target number. Okay, barely.
Yeah, barely.
But that's another 6 damage.
All right, nice. Is this starting to click and make sense for everybody?
It's coming together.
Yes. Trying to have at least a 1 in everything is a terrible idea in this game.
You know, and when you told me about, so as we were witnessing your rolls, that's when it clicked for me. That is right. You spread your stuff out, and I didn't think about that at the time.
It's okay.
And so that's why I say after this game.
Yeah, knowing I'm not stuck makes it sting a little bit less.
Well,
a little bit.
Also having 1s in like your best stat isn't that bad.
Right. So very cool. That works. And that brings us to Nindor in his defensive stance.
Brings us to in what? I'll just stick in defensive stance, I guess.
What I should have done is let everyone change stance at the top of the round, and you can still change if you want to. The fact that you and Farron are both in close combat still makes it open for Daphne to do range combat.
That's my plan, is to stay in close combat so Daphne can continue firing, and I'll be watching Farron's back, like over his back, because he's so short.
Nice. So you're going to continue to protect companion?
Yep.
All right. And that's just a battle roll. On a successful battle roll, you'll raise his parry by 1. For every 6 that you roll, it's an additional 1.
wow, that's a waste of my effort. I'm going to do something different.
Yeah, you could just attack.
Yeah, I'll just attack. That sounds more interesting and more dramatic. So, yes, I will move forward and stab at him with my sword. I should clear, I guess.
Yes.
Do you want to stay in defensive attack since you're attacking, or do you want to?
I quite enjoy him losing a die.
That seems fair. He seems focused on you, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is focused. Yes, he is focused on you.
I'm going to continue being less effective, but surviving.
Hey, you could get a 12.
I could, but I didn't. I got an 11 total.
So, and you did not pick your distinctive features yet, right?
I did. None of them appear to be useful.
Okay, all right. I was just checking. All right, cool. And then at the bottom of the round, it's Daphne with her bow.
Yes. So I have a question.
Yes.
Before I just shoot it again. I have this battle stat. Can I do anything with that to like tactically tell my friends what to do and give them some sort of bonus or anything like that?
Yes, you can. So
You can, yeah.
I was going to say we talked about this kind of offline. Battle works a little bit differently than what Jeremiah and I are used to. But you can, in the game, make a battle roll to give yourself advantages on the battlefield, right? I'm trying to pull that up now.
It's on page 101 is where it starts talking about it. So you can give your allies an advantage or give your foes a disadvantage. You know, however you want to like narrate it.
Cool.
Right, but it sounds like it just moves it up or down a point, not a full die or anything. So you might be better off just shooting.
Advantages give dice.
Yeah, they give dice.
Down dice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll just hush now.
So so it's either like take dice away from the troll or give dice to both my allies, or do I pick one and like target them?
I think you pick one, but I think you could end up with multiple dice after you roll. And so I think you can assign dice to people.
Okay. So I would like to help with battle. Is that what I'm going to call this? I'm going to call it that.
That I like it. It sounds good to me.
Okay.
It's exploiting the battlefield to your advantage.
Right.
So that's a lot of big words for Daphne. All right, so I got a 15, which beats my 13.
Yes.
Nice.
And so what I want to do here, because I think this is the method. 15 gets you a die, but because you also have a 6 in there, I think they get you an extra die. So you have 2 dice of battle advantages. And so I say because you have those 2 dice, you narrate a thing, an advantage or a disadvantage, and spin the die. Does that make sense?
Yes. And I can give those to can I split them between my allies and give them each an extra die on their next roll?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So how do I do this? For
Boast of the dwarf.
There's some like sort of vague examples at the bottom of 102 if you feel like you need inspiration.
I might check that out.
Yeah, you might, since you've been shooting at it, you may have a better perception of where some of its weak points, vulnerable points are. That it's got a foot on the ground and a foot in a puddle.
Okay. I think I know what I'm going to do. I would like to kind of yell to Farron that, like, you're short. You can use that. Just be short better, which is like go for the Achilles. But
Nice.
in Daphne speak.
What's the matter, Farron?
I'm the tallest one in my family, I'll have you know. I'm a strapping 4'3".
And then, if I can give a dice to Nendor as well, are you? Don't laugh at me. I want to help. Are you being held by him currently, or are you just nearby him on the ground?
He grabbed for Nindor and failed. So Nindor is still in a defensive stance near Farron. So Farron can be all out attacky.
Cool. So I think I'm just going to pull something from Lord of the Rings itself, the OG. There is an arrow that is stuck in the troll's hand, like an old one, like a little big splinter that you could totally use to like climb up on that beast and take care of business if you want to.
If you want to,
or like grab it and twist it.
Twist it, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like it. So that's 2 bonus dice to Farron. 1 to Farron, 1 to Nindor. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
And I lick my fingers to prepare for the next arrow next round.
Right. So what I'm trying to so I see that when you're in the ranged stance, you have the option to prepare a shot, but I think that's a main action.
It is.
And doing the battle roll was also a main action.
Okay.
All right, cool. So that brings us back around to the troll.
Bring it on, troll.
Yeah, the non-troll. So I think he 1-2s Farron, right? I think both his attacks come at Farron because Farron's in the way, right?
Yeah. And
so,
I mean, I've lit into him pretty good so far.
Yeah. So I think there's a stomp and then a smack, right?
Yep. Okay. Nice.
that it attempts. Because you're just messing with lunch right now.
So my parry is 17.
And I'm going to lose a die because you're both in this forward stance.
No, I'm at forward stance, so he gets a bonus.
That is right. I'm doing that backwards.
Yeah.
So he's got 2d6 and a d12, and that'll be for both his attacks here.
Okay. Do you roll twice, or is it just you probably roll twice?
No, yeah, I'll have to roll
Once
twice.
for each.
Yeah. So
Okay.
here's the first roll.
Bring it on. Nope.
And here's the second one. I think it'll just roll them again. Nice. I like that. Oh,
If I didn't have a shield, that first one would have hit me.
nice. So yeah, I think he stomps and he smacks, and his full attention is on Farron at this point. That's the bottom of the round.
I like the idea that, like, since I sort of just barely protected with my shield, like I have this mental image of me like there's like that moment where we're like locked together, like he's got his foot on my shield, and I'm trying to like
Get off.
buck him off
Yes.
because this crazy human just told me to be short.
Be shorter, better.
Be shorter, better. Yeah, so back to me, right?
Yeah, so we're back at the top of the round. You can change your stance if you want to.
I'm good. This is working well for me. Oops, that's not nice. Let's look at my character sheet.
With Daphne's advice, I will shift from defensive to forward stance as well.
So I get that.
Nice.
And then I get a bonus because I'm forward, and I get a bonus from Daphne's battle awareness.
Yes. Battle. I like it. Battle awareness.
Your short is really good battle advice. It's in all the handbooks.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything similar, but I remember in first edition, like the hobbits literally have like a feat that's about being short, and they can just like they roll out of the way and stuff. Not dwarves. Okay. Let's do it. Ooh, with a 6. Heck yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I keep hoping I'm going to get one of those cool piercing blows. Since I know now that his roll's not that great, I'm gonna spend that on something other than giving me more parry. So let's say, oh, here we go. Spend a success to modify the. Oh, what's my feat die sitting at? Oh, that wouldn't help. Oh, that's cool. So you could potentially trigger a piercing blow. Oh, that's
right.
Cool.
Oh, by increasing the feat die. Yeah.
I'm gonna do this just because it follows from the narration and it sounds really cool. Mm-hmm. So I picture like I said, he's got his giant foot on my shield, and I'm kind of whacking him with my axe on the other way. So I hit him for another 6 damage, and then I use my 6th success to do a shield thrust, which knocks him off balance as long as my strength is greater than his attribute level, and my strength is 6.
And it is not greater.
Oh, okay. So then if your strength is greater, spend a success. So I will just. Let's do heavy blow.
Okay.
That'll do an additional 6 damage. So 12.
Oh, wow. So okay. Yeah.
I go for the tendon. It's just right there, right on top of the shield, just right in front of my face.
All right, and I think here the troll howls as it falls back.
That's right.
And down, and it is out. So in the game, you have wounds and you have endurance. It's out of endurance, right? Which means it's unconscious. It's down. It's out of the fight. Wounds, out of wounds, and out of endurance means you're dead or killed outright. Does that make sense? Yeah. And so. We don't have to handle the murder live on screen, but what I'm saying is it is down and out, and we're out of the fight mechanics because it no longer poses a threat. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But it howls as it goes down. What do you want to do from here?
I mean, my first thought is trolls hoard things, so we could follow its tracks back to where it came from. There could be more trolls, if I'm being perfectly honest.
That's exactly what Nindor says. Farron, there could be more trolls.
I mean, that was easy. I barely broke a sweat. Got some troll blood. It's fine.
It's all good.
Beard.
Nindor looks back to Daphne, trying to get an idea of what she thinks about the idea, the suggestion of Farron too.
I am kind of putting my bow or my arrow away, putting my bow over my shoulders, and walking up to join you guys. It's like, well, you know, I'm always ready for an adventure. We can go quietly now. We know they're here.
And, here's like, would there be like a, because, we as people can know things, but maybe our characters know more. So maybe there's something to know, like maybe this kind of troll is more likely to be a solitary creature. Maybe he does or doesn't have some friends somewhere. If he's traveling alone, then maybe he just is alone.
Did you check for a wedding band?
Nice.
I feel like what I know of trolls are probably more likely to swallow a wedding band.
So someone can make a lore roll, right? But before you do that, I will say, and we decided offline that Kiradon is the patron of the fellowship of the company. So I would say that you guys have been to Rivendell, had comings and goings back and forth through Rivendell. So the troll shaws. There's nothing but trolls all in that area. And they come from the north, right? And they may be solitary. Sometimes they're together. There are cave trolls in the troll shaws, and there may be stone trolls there as well. So it could be any of those.
Right? So now might not be the time to, go poking our nose around.
If it were only us, an adventure might be appropriate, but we do have ponies and a meeting and
A couple of frail humans.
And Emma says, I'm not frail.
I didn't see you helping out with the troll.
Doesn't mean I'm frail.
She was
Shorty.
watching the ponies. It's a very important task. You would be sad if Buttercup died, wouldn't you, Farron?
Who's Buttercup?
Your pony.
You mean pony number 3?
She told me her name in a dream.
Buttercup it is. I just wrote it down.
I love Buttercup. I guess then my final question is, was he carrying like a hobo bag? Did he have like a big giant troll-sized bindle? he was hauling around.
That's right.
Then he
No,
dropped to chase us.
no, but where he broke out of is kind of like a stand that he's kind of hiding and waiting in, kind of like hunters do for deer, right? I
Yeah.
forget what that's called, but it was kind of like that. He's kind of
Like a blind or something.
yes, like a blind, and so he may have had whatever trolls eat there, and had himself comfortable there.
Well, I'm
We-
at least gonna stick my head in there and look for shinies.
Hold your breath.
Yes, yes. I think you find that missing helm on that dude that was hanging off the log. You find a backpack in there that probably
Hey.
also belongs to that same dude.
Well, I mean, I can rifle through that on the road, but I'm taking them.
Um,
I'm gonna
That-
put him on pony.
nice. All right.
There could be some identifying information in there. To the right thing.
And then we're back on the road headed west, yes?
Yes.
All right. So that brings us up to our first hour. We're going to take a break.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds great.
So we will. Oh, look at that. Yes. So we'll take a bathroom break. We'll be back in 10 minutes or less. We'll see. And we'll continue with the second half of our game.
Awesome.
And look at that, we're all back.
Hooray!
That worked out perfectly. So I was trying to figure out when we use StreamYard, if our video isn't long enough. Sometimes it ends before we come back from break. And that worked out perfectly. I like that. So let's do some player introductions. Let's have a little bit of informal chat. Let's start with Heidi. You're new. Tell us about yourself and what you've been playing.
About me. Well, I like RPGs. I also like to do cosplay. So I do that mostly at our Minnesota Renaissance Festival, which you can see if you follow me on Instagram at Heidi Schlotman. And most recently, just last night, with Rich, we played our first session of Lady Blackbird, and it was awesome. And I'm super excited. We're doing a couple sessions of it, so I'm excited for next time.
Nice. I hear Rich runs a mean game of Lady Blackbird.
The rumors are true.
Jeremiah, what have you been up to?
Oh man, it feels like it's been a minute since I've done any playing. We had my 2 regular Thursday games have both had scheduling issues lately, so I'm super excited to get back into this.
Nice. And Rich Rogers.
Hey, Jay. When I'm not constantly failing, I play lots of other games as well. I've been playing Spire, The City Must Fall, a game that you introduced me to.
That's a good game.
That's been pretty spectacular. The Lady Blackbird, aforementioned. Been running Star Wars World, a very, very hacked version of the Star Wars World, a PBTA Star Wars game for my wife that we run a couple times a week. And Hyperspace D6, which is like this stripped down Weston Games original Star Wars D6 system that's fun, as well as Plutonian Shore, which is from Cloven Pine Games. It's kind of a Firefly meets Mass Effect meets Star Wars sci-fi game that, of course, I'm running also in Star Wars.
Big surprise.
Yeah.
So what has been the hardest game for you to run in Star Wars? Do you know off the top of your head?
Ooh, because of the format that I run in, I tried a 4-session series because I run it every month. I'll run a new game for the Gauntlet. And so I try to compress everything to happen within 3 to 5 sessions. And I tried to like slam in Primetime Adventures, and it needs more time to breathe. Everybody needs more spotlight time. It just needs, and the whole scene framing structure around like this scene's about a thing. And I often play kind of like a jazz musician, like we'll find what it's about in the scene type deal, that it wasn't a great fit. I still feel like some folks could do a bang up Primetime Adventures Star Wars game. I just wasn't up to it.
Gotcha. Fair enough. I was just curious because you run a lot of things in Star Wars, and
I did a count, and I'm up to 43 different RPGs that are not licensed Star Wars games that I have run.
Have you done Star Wars Lady Blackbird?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, surely, yeah.
Rebel Blackbird. We pre-generated characters and everything. I got Jesse Ross to help me. It was pretty brilliant. It was amazing. One of the players waited 3 sessions before he whipped out his own lightsaber for a lightsaber duel, and we just all squeed like nerds. It was great.
That's fantastic. I like it. All right. Back to our fellowship. What I'm going to do is cut straight to the last bridge with the company arriving from the eastern side of the bridge along the eastern road. It's still damp out. It's still rainy. Once you get to the eastern side of that bridge where you're supposed to meet a company of folks from Bree, there's no one there. There's nothing there, right? Maybe you're early, but no one is there or along the road in the distance. as far as you can see. What do you want to do?
Are we like on time for?
I would say with the troll, you might be. Let's say that you had to do an overnight on that road. You might be like half a day late, right?
Interesting. Okay. And then remind me, this was like, who sent us to go to this to meet? Was it Kierden that said go talk to these folks?
Yes, Kierden sent you out to. Since it's fall, what's happening is these folks are bringing news from the east and Bree. You were also going to escort some of these Bree folks to Rivendell, where they were going to deliver some of these things, some of the news and supplies. You brought ponies and supplies to help them finish the journey back into Rivendell, since they've come this far. Does that make sense? And we know the eastern road through the Trollshaws is dangerous, and the folks from Bree may not appreciate how dangerous it is.
So we're the escort bodyguards.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
So this is not a uncommon thing, but like I said, you're probably about a half a day late, and on the bridge they're not there, and you don't see them. As you look down the bridge. Sorry, chat got me.
Can you? Well, I don't know that scale matters. I'm trying to imagine, like, because the bridge is what, like, almost halfway between Rivendell and Bree.
Yeah.
So, like, if we wanted to be like, oh, well, we'll just continue on to Bree, like, that's still a pretty long journey.
Yeah, it's a pretty long journey. Yeah.
Gotcha. I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know what Nindor and Daphne think, but my first thought is we travel down the road like a little bit, looking for like signs of anything that might have happened. Like maybe they got run off the road,
or maybe they set up camp in a beautiful place just behind these trees, and there's a campfire there waiting for us.
Maybe they're just over the rise.
Just over that hill.
Absolutely nothing has gone wrong.
Lead the way.
I will happily lead the way.
So we're going to continue on west, hoping to meet up with them.
We are half a day late. It is possible they returned.
That's true. Maybe they gave up.
Right.
Came and went. Yeah, so I'm kind of imagining we're kind of continuing west and like looking for sign along the sides of the road or on the road itself that anybody has been here.
Right.
You know, but I ain't looking for anything.
No, that's good. I like that. That works. I believe you continue along the road. You cross the bridge. Maybe you spend a good chunk of the morning heading west until you see a rider on the horse pulling two ponies alongside, maybe a little bit to the back of the horse they're riding. Headed east, headed towards you.
Interesting.
As I see them coming, I kind of call ahead to them. What are your ponies' names?
Nice. It's a woman. She's you can make out from her dress. She's a Northman, most likely a ranger. And she yells back the name of her horse. What does she yell back?
Oh, I get to decide?
Yes.
Oh, wow. What joy. So her horse is called Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt. I like it. There we go. As she gets closer, you can see she's exhausted and bloodied, and she wears a helm and war mail beneath a green cloak. Strapped onto her horse is a spear and a sword. You can see there are bodies draped across the ponies that she brings behind her. She says, I have ridden far in haste. I believe these men of Bree, two which have been slain in battle. One is gravely injured. We're headed to Rivendell. Are you the party that was going to meet with them?
That would be us. We wouldn't necessarily know these people, right? Like it was just we're gonna meet. Like we haven't like met them before, so we wouldn't recognize them.
Right, not formally have met them. No.
Yeah. What about Emma and the other guy whose name I don't remember?
Oh, that's a good. Yes. So I think Emma recognizes Perry from Bree, and Perry is the one who's gravely injured.
Oh, okay.
He's on one pony, kind of draped over it, or slumped over it. The other two bodies are kind of cross-laid across a pony, a second pony. She recognizes Perry.
Okay.
That's a good call.
Did she say how far away she found these bodies?
She says they were attacked, and she joined the fight.
Oh,
yeah. And she introduces herself as Helith. She says, "I've been chasing some followers of a man named Gorlank. We, the Rangers, along with some folks from Rivendell, have been chasing these folks north, out of from the south to the north. These are the last remnants of his followers, and I think they're going to hide out or hold up in the Trollshaws, or maybe even further north. And your friends ran into them before I caught them. 3 of those men still have escaped and slain these men."
What made these followers of Gorlek so angry?
Gorlank's an evil man. He trucks with dark sorceries, and we destroyed some of his servants in the south in a battle and routed many of them. And these are the last remnants of his followers.
Is he still alive?
I'm afraid he escaped too.
Great.
It wasn't a good day for us.
Would he be with these people that just came through?
It is possible. Yeah, it is possible. He was not in the fight with the men from Bree.
Yeah, but he may have some, he might be holed up somewhere in there.
That's true.
Meeting up with him. Okay.
You said, was it Perry was not dead but injured badly?
Badly injured. Yes.
I ask Helith if could I try to attend to his wounds, please? That looks painful.
And she hands the pony range to you. She said, "Please, I've done all I could do for him."
So I kiss the pony on the nose on my way over.
That's fantastic.
To check Perry out. And then I've got this healing salve in my useful items.
Nice.
That might be useful.
I like it. And so, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that sounds awesome.
No, it does. So I think this is a healing skill check for you. And I think the useful items probably give you a bonus die. Is that right?
Yeah, it's +1.
Okay. So that is a 17.
Nice. Nice. So I think Perry has a couple of wounds on him. Cuts, stabs, piercings. All right, cool. And your healing salve and your skills patch him up. He will live. He will make the trip to Rivendell. And once he makes it there, folks there can see him the rest of the way. So he's not in danger of dying through traveling.
I give him a kiss on the nose, too.
Nice. I think he's kind of groggy. He's in and out from shock. This may have been his first real-world sword fight, right? What do you want to do with the dead? Because I think Heleth is like, hey, so if you're going to take these folks, great. I have to continue this hunt.
Continue your hunt. We will take this burden. You've carried it long enough.
Deal. That is done. All right, cool. So she hands over the horses, the ponies. She adjusts her gear on her horse.
Before she leaves, because I don't know if this is going to matter, because it's between the fallen logs in here. Like it's been a day or two or something like that, right?
Yeah. I think, I think it's been a day. I think you would have had the camp before you got to the last bridge, right? So it's been a day. I'm
just curious, what would I have, like, at some point during camp or something, I would have rifled through that backpack. And I'm curious, mostly I'm wondering if there's a chance that there's a connection to her, so I want to make sure I cover that before she heads off. So I'm just curious what I found in the backpack.
Yes, there is a connection.
Aha!
And I forgot about the backpack, so I'm glad you brought that back up. Yes, there is a connection. There are some coins in there. There's some rations that the troll did not eat in there. And there's a hand-scribbled kind of map, charcoal on maybe some skin or something. But it looks like an area north of the Troll Shawls. Let me bring up this map so we can see it. And as soon as that map comes up, oh, is it loading? Okay, there we go. Yes, so it's kind of showing mostly from here, from the Lone Lands, to an area about here.
Oh, okay.
These hills, right? Nice. But you can make out where the last bridge is on this hand-drawn map.
Yeah.
And the edge of the Troll Shawls and the hilly area above that.
Gotcha. So, I'll probably recount, like, having found this body, presumably. Well, I guess he probably wasn't killed by the troll. He got stuck and couldn't free himself and might have died from exposure. And then the troll just scavenged or whatever. But yeah, having found that map, I would probably bring it up and say that, if you're talking about hunting people in this area, we found this map on a dead guy near a troll blind. Maybe this is one of your people.
And she looks it over and she said, "Can I keep this?"
Yeah, I don't think we have a use for it.
This is where I'm headed then.
I hope it helps. The troll that scavenged his body won't be a problem anymore.
And there was only one body?
That's all we found.
So there's two then still on the loose. I will find them. She hops on her horse. I appreciate your help.
Good luck.
And she rides off like, well, actually, if you guys are headed back to Rivendell, she'll probably cross the last bridge with you.
Sure.
And then as you get on the far side, she'll head north while you guys take the road back to Rivendell.
Cool.
Cool.
The Perry and the dead people are from Bree?
Yes. Yeah, they were all from Bree. And they're all Bree culture.
Okay. So before we head out, I think I go, don't you think we should return these people to their families? I mean, I know it's a long way, but they'd probably really appreciate it.
I mean, their job was to come this way and for us to escort them to Rivendell.
Well, yes, but I don't think the idea was that they would be dead and escorted to Rivendell.
Perry's still alive. He can provide information to Keaton.
That's true. I just feel so bad for their families.
We will make sure to inform them of what has transpired with their family members.
We could bury them here, unless we really want to haul corpses for a couple of weeks. We can bury them. We can leave markers. That's what humans do, right? Do you burn? I don't know what.
So I have courtesy.
Yes.
Can I use that to determine the Breeland burial rites and do right by these people?
You can use lore for that. Yes.
Oh Lord! Well, that's not as good though.
Well, hang on. Let me do a quick read on courtesy because you picked that for a reason.
I will give Laura a shot. I'm happy to do
No.
that.
I think courtesy works.
It does say stuff about tradition.
Yeah, it does. And that caught me too. Yeah. Courtesy works. Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
And don't you have a folklore distinctive feature that should help there?
I do have a folklore distinctive feature.
Ooh.
Yes, I like it. So yes, let's do courtesy and then use your folklore as an extra die.
I was wrong on that earlier.
Uh-huh.
Distinctive features make you inspired, which give you advantage.
Ah, gotcha.
So you get to roll an extra d12.
Nice. That's actually better. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
So I have courtesy as one of my I don't remember what it's called. Highlighted stats, underlined.
So you're already at advantage, so it doesn't really matter.
So I'm rolling 2 d12s with this and taking the higher, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. How do I add a die?
So just click the die type, the D12, and it'll add it to the pool.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a Gandalf.
Oh, yeah, that is. Wow. So
Nice.
yes. So tell us about the Bree burial traditions. And if you need some help, we will help you figure it out. So it's not all on you, but yes, you know something about Bree tradition.
Okay. So I think when the people of Bree bury their dead, they always end the ceremony with a joke because it's coming back into the joy of life.
Awesome.
That is awesome. We're just gonna bury them.
Also, this is actually not part of Bree lore, but Daphne says it is. So she says, Nendor, in Bree, if there's an elf present, it is a high honor to have the elf sing at a funeral. So it would really mean a lot if you would share a song for us.
I think Emma snickers a little bit, but I think the audience sees that, right? Because she's Bree. But she doesn't protest?
Very well. If needs must.
Thank you.
I'm sure it would really raise Perry's spirits and help his healing process.
Do you have song, Nindor?
I do.
All right. You don't have to roll it. As long as you have it, I'm good. So yeah, I think we have a burial ceremony, right? Just as Daphne has laid out. I think some jokes are told. A song is sang or sung, sunged. And we put these souls to rest. I'm assuming we keep maybe some personal identifying items in case we're going to notify families or whatever. I don't know if that's on the list or not.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming maybe some personal effects are kept to that end.
That seems fair.
All right.
Yeah.
And just for a note, I believe that Nindor would sing the elven hymn to Elbereth.
Who's Elbereth?
Yes, you want to tell us a little bit about that?
It's the song that the traveling elves led by Gildor were singing when Frodo, Peregrine, and Sam passed through.
Oh, nice.
It begins, Snow White, O Lady clear, O Queen beyond the western seas, O light to us that wander here amid the world of woven trees. Except he takes it down a couple of notches, so it sounds a little more mournful, but that's what he chooses. He'll sing it in Elvish, so they think it's sad.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we don't know any better. Mm-hmm. I don't, probably.
That is fantastic. I like it. And then we make the journey back to Rivendell. I would bring up my Rivendell map, but I didn't load it. Yeah.
We're just too fast for you.
You are. Yeah, so the trip back east along the Great East Road, you again pass that log jam because it hasn't been moved, but there's no troll. The troll body is still there, but there's no troll impeding the way or anything. You guys circle around like you did on the way out. And then we cut to Rivendell. Maybe you make Perry comfortable. He's been in and out the whole trip. There are folks in Rivendell that can see to him. And maybe there's an audience with Círdan once you return. Yeah? Does that sound good?
Cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm assuming the transfer of information is 100%. You tell Círdan everything. If that is untrue, tell me what you don't reveal to Círdan.
I don't think I would hold anything back.
I think Nindor would not share the sheer number of failed attempts to do most of anything.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's the heat of combat. Nobody even knew.
We prefer to call them embellishments.
That's fantastic. So I think Círdan listens, and he's got that Elrond frown on his face, right? He does. Serious. Yes, so serious, and it doesn't like anything that he's heard. None of it is good, right? I think I'm looking for a name. Sorry. So I think he agrees with Daphne that some word must go back to Bree about the fallen Breemen, and I hope that the three of you could see to that task. I would also would like if you could find your ranger friend to make sure she fared well as well.
I'd be happy to see Thunderbolt again. That's for horse, Phelan.
And I think he clicks right into that, right? Without missing a beat. I think he understood that's the name of the ranger's horse.
I mean, I definitely shared that as one of the pieces of pertinent information from our journeys.
But then he looks at, so this is a discussion, so he's not giving orders.
Yeah.
But then he looks at Farron and Nindor,
I think
trying to size them up.
I was gonna say, I think Farron is very clearly showing signs of like, I don't know, like impatience. Like his inner monologue is like, "This isn't what we do. We're just we're delivering bad news across Middle Earth. Like, aren't there more important things for us to be like this?" Like, there's very much the sense of like, this is below our like my station.
Right,
like,
right.
I'm better than just delivering some bad news to some men of Bree. He hasn't said anything yet,
right?
But like, I think Círdan is probably keen enough to
pick up on that.
Pick up on. I don't think Farron has much of a bluffing face.
Nice.
Like it's all there.
Nice.
During all of Círdan's frowning, Nindor felt very comfortable. That was.
This feels good.
This feels good. I feel good here, being frowning and disappointed in the world and events at hand.
So stoic.
Yes.
Hallis, another Linden elf, interrupts this council with Círdan, and he says, "Perry's wounds, they persist." And he looks at Daphne and he says, "You've done a great work with his wounds, but his wounds are unnatural." And he looks back at Círdan. I think Círdan changes his tone and he says, "Maybe we..." Well, no, see, so he asks, "What all did Helith, the ranger, say to you?"
She told us about this evil man, Grolak from the south, that she had been chasing for weeks or longer at this point.
Maybe we see how well her hunting, or catch up with her, see how well her hunting has done before we deliver the bad news to the people of Bree. There may be something more we can do to help, especially if these men are using fell weapons, if Perry's wounds are unnatural.
What will happen to us if we help her and we get unnatural wounds?
You better hope your skills are up to snuff is what will happen.
Círdan says, "If we have great healing skills here in Rivendell, I'm sure we can do something for Perry."
So get back to Rivendell if we're injured.
As easy as that.
Well, we know the way. So that's one thing off the list.
That is true, because not everybody knows how to get to Rivendell.
Hey.
We would do all we can to make you well.
Well, that's assurance enough for me.
I think Hallis leaves to tend to Perry. Kierden says, help yourselves to our stores for your journey.
Will do.
And I think that's where we're going to leave it. Into a fortnight. So my thought here is, from here, right, you folks will have to decide, and we can work it out in the Slack. We're going to engage the journey mechanics. So you will journey from Rivendell either to Bree or where you think Helith has gone looking for those bad men, right? We can kind of pre-work out that journey before we come back to the stream and work through playing through that journey then. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What else? I think that's it. I think we'll...
do we get any, like, skill points or adventure points? Or
Yes. So everyone gets 3 skill points for tonight and 3 adventure points for tonight. Yay!
Oh, wait, how do I... Oh, I have to edit it. Okay.
Yeah, I will update this player sheet. I didn't put everything in there that I would have liked to. I was running short on time.
That's fine.
But I will update that. We will start our next session on a journey. We'll play through those journey rules. That could be the session, right? The journey rules are engaging. They're good. They're fun. I like them. But that could be, yeah.
They can throw in a lot of curveballs.
Yes, they can. So, but it's one of the things I like about the One Ring.
Yes.
So let's do a round robin. Tell everybody where they can find you if you want to be found out on the social internets, what you do, what you're working on, and then we will tap out for this Thursday. Let's start with you, Jeremiah.
Yeah, I'm on most of the social media just under my name, Jeremiah Fry. So feel free to follow me or add me, and if I see it, I'll follow you back. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really do anything like industry related. So the only other thing I have going on is I have an alternate Thursday game at the moment with another group of folks, and I'm running Misfit Youth for them, which has been a lot of fun.
And Heidi, I almost called you Daphne.
Just embracing my character so fully. Yeah, you can follow me at Heidi Schlotman. Twitter, I don't use a whole lot, but it's mostly gaming stuff or writing stuff. I do a little bit of writing in my free time. And if you follow me on Instagram, you will get lots of cats and some cosplay.
Nice. And who doesn't like cats?
Who doesn't like cats? I've had that buddy sleeping there all game long.
I know, I saw him. That's fantastic. Rich Rogers.
Yeah, so you can find me ORKLORD on Twitter, but the best thing, the thing I really want you to do is, if you're not already subscribed to the podcast Plus One Forward, this summer we are doing a series on Forged in the Dark games. And I'm currently in edit for the 3rd in the series. So you can already catch Blades in the Dark with John Harper talking about the game and running a brief demo of the game. And then Strasser Chimovic, who's also here on Actual Play, John LaBeouf Little. The two of them came on to talk about Scum and Villainy and also did the little Actual Play. So really excited about this series and want lots of folks to check it out.
Nice. I like it. And that leaves me, your lore master, Matt J. I'm the host of the Diceology podcast and a streamer here on Actual Play. I will see all you folks fortnightly in a fortnight. So thanks for showing up.